Harold Pugh here, giving a lesson on C Jam Blues, the melody today. This tune is an accessible tune to people who are not familiar with jazz blues. There aren't too many notes and there aren't too many chords, so it's a sort of a good size to start off with. It's a straight ahead blues, so it's 12 measures long. There are 2 melody notes, a G and a C. There are 3 chords, a C7, an F7, and a G7. I did a video on chords to C Jam Blues, so for more information about the chords, please check that out. We're going to set the metronome at 80. I recommend that you use a metronome when learning a tune. If you learn it with the correct timing at a slow speed, when you speed it up, your timing will tend to stay correct. If you try to learn the melody at a high speed, at full speed, you may learn it sloppy, and then it stays sloppy. So slow down and learn it the easy way. We have the metronome clicking at 80. The first note that we're going to hit will be a G note, and it will be on beat 1 of measure 1. We're going to play a quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In measure 2, we're going to hit 2 G notes. We're going to hit the G on 1 and then the G again on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the third measure is going to have a dotted quarter note G, and then an eighth note tied to a quarter note on the C. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So in the first measure, we had no syncopation. We had a quarter note on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second measure also had no syncopation. We had quarter notes on the beat. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But in the third measure, the first note lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and then the second note came in on the and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fourth measure was a whole rest. Now, that's pretty much the melody for the song. All 3 lines are the same. So each line will end with a measure of rest. We have 3 lines of music with 4 measures each. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, once you feel comfortable with the melody at 80, you should take the metronome and turn it down to 40. So now we're going to play the melody at exactly the same speed. However, the metronome is clicking half as fast. If this were a fiddle tune, then that would be the 1 and the 3. But this is a jazz tune, so that's the 2 and the 4. It's more intuitive to play them on the 1 and the 3, but if you want to get the right feel for jazz, you should try to get the metronome clicking on the 2 and the 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. Most people play the melody with eighth notes. So in measures 1 and 2, we're going to turn those quarter notes into 2 eighth notes. We won't change it in measure 3. The metronome's still clicking on 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So also I recommend that you tap your foot with the metronome so that your foot is going on the 2 and the 4. So the foot is agreeing with the metronome. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once you feel comfortable with the melody with quarter notes and then the melody with eighth notes, then you should speed it up and get the metronome clicking on all 4 again. So here we are at 100. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then slow the metronome back down to half speed so that once again the metronome will be clicking on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you should continue in a similar manner and get it so that you can play the melody with the up so that the metronome's clicking at 160 or so, and then cut it back to 80. So here's the metronome at 80 where we started, but now that's the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are backing tracks on YouTube, and many people have a Band in a Box or iTunes or a similar program that will let you put in a chord progression. So you should do that. So I hope you've enjoyed this video on the melody to C Jam Blues. Once again, I recommend that you use a metronome and that you start slow. And at first, have the metronome clicking on all four. And then as you get familiar with it, have the metronome click on the 2 and the 4. And when you're comfortable with that, then put on a backing track and play along. And then you can start to improvise. We'll talk about some ways to embellish the melody a bit in the next video. So thank you very much, and have a good week.